Hi, I have a new power water flosser that I'm going to try. It's made by YASI. It's called a family oral irrigator. Now I have another, I call it a water pick, that I've been using for some time. I've actually used several different brands over the years, and the one that I'm using is not functioning well, so I'm looking forward to trying this. These are also called oral irrigators, water flossers, water picks. So here's the box, and I'm going to open it up and try it out. Okay, I've got this out of the box, and it includes an instruction manual and the cord, and there are, let's see, eight different attachments. So this holds 600 milliliters of water, and I'll fill it up in a minute, and then this comes off the top. And there is a compartment here, and it's a ventilated compartment for storing the various tips. So I'm going to put some water in here and attach the AC cord and try this out. Here's a little better look at the attachments. There's the three standard nozzles, the pickpocket tip, the black seeker tip, the toothbrush head, and the tongue scraper. I personally would primarily use the standard, or maybe exclusively the standard nozzle. That's what I've done over the years with other water irrigators. I call them water picks or water jets. So I've used a couple of different water jet irrigators over the years, and I can see right away what I like about this one. I like the fact that this handle fits in the front and not resting in a cup on the side. I have the unit that I'm currently using, and I'll get that in just a minute to show you, where the handle fits down on the side and it tends to get moldy. This is just open here, so there's nowhere for the mold to collect. And even though I try to keep it clean, it's difficult because there's almost always water dripping down. So I put in what I believe is called a standard nozzle, and try that out. Okay, so initially I thought maybe this wasn't working because I wasn't controlling the buttons in the correct manner, so I want to point that out. So when you pull the handle out, and if you push, just turn the button, nothing happens. So you just have to press down. I mean, I guess maybe it's pretty obvious to some. It took me a couple minutes to figure out. So you press down and then turn. And there's a blue light, as you can see, which indicates the strength of the stream. And this button causes a pulsing. And then from the handle, there's on off. Okay, that gets pretty intense at the higher settings. I prefer to use mine at one of the lower settings. And then pushing this white button creates the pulsing effect. And then this can be held down from the handheld nozzle, just turn it off. and on. So that's easy just to do with your thumb, on and off. That's the pulsing mode, and there are 1, 2, 3, 6 levels. 6 levels for that. So there's the first level, and so they appear to become more rapid and more intense. So I'm going to take it off of that setting, and that's just the steady stream. So it's easy to add water. You just lift off the top. Now, one problem that I have with the current oral irrigator that I'm using is that it dances across the sink, the counter in the bathroom, and I'm constantly having to hold it back. Push it in. I'm going to see if it dances across the counter, and it's staying put. Turn it on high, and it is still staying put. I'm not sure exactly what the problem is with the one that I'm using. I think I'm going to go get that to compare. Okay, so one thing that I noticed right away that I really, really like about this new YASI is the way that the handheld part clips in the front without a reservoir or cup underneath. Now, the problem that I have with the current one that I'm using, and I've had this problem with other models in the past, is that, and I've cleaned this recently, but you can see there's mold or mildew or something down in there that collects from the bottom, even though it's aerated, even though it's not a solid piece. The water tends to drip down the hose, and I use Lysol wipes in there, but it never looks quite clean. And so this is not going to be a problem with the YASI. Okay, so to continue my comparison of the oral irrigator that I have been using with the new YASI, I think the controls are a little easier on the YASI. The knob to control the strength of the pulsing water is just easy to turn. This is a little more cumbersome. Not a big deal, but one of the little things that might make this easier to use. A big thing for me, though, is the cup that this rests in, getting mold, mildew, whatever that is. I'm cleaning it. I'm using Lysol wipes and cleaning it regularly, but it just kind of looks funky. And I like the fact that this does not rest in a cup. So that's a big deal for me. Neither one of these units are bad looking, but I kind of think this has a cleaner look with the chrome. And I like the color, blue. They all oral irrigators, they all seem to be some shade of blue and white, but this is an attractive unit. So let me get the old one out of the way. So here's how the top opens and actually comes off to store the extra attachments. Let me look at one of the, at least one of the other attachments. Easy to remove. Okay, I'll try the toothbrush. Let's see. Wow, I like that. You know, that's something that I probably would use. On the current water jet that I use, and the previous one, because I've been using them for years, I tend to stick with one tip, just the traditional water tip, but this actually would make brushing very much more effective. Or maybe I would just brush as I normally do, and then use this. after. Okay, so this does seem very easy to use, effective. I'm looking forward to replacing my current oral irrigator, which, as I mentioned, has some issues. So if you're looking at water picks, water jets, oral irrigators, you probably already know the benefits they can offer. I've spoken to my dental hygienist. She says that she can tell which of her patients uses an oral irrigator. They tend to have healthier gums and fewer cavities. So to recap, this is the YASI family oral irrigator. It has multiple tips, heads. It has easy controls, and it looks as though it would be easy to keep clean due to the design. Thanks for watching.